So today in Victoria 3, we're going to try and make Korea a superpower. Now at the start, they're not the worst, but also not really doing great, as we are a tributary to the Great Qing. So that means every single week we pay 10% of our treasury income to them. So it's going to limit a lot of what we can do, and we are in their market. So I think our plan is going to be, early game is say, make a lot of clothes, furniture, glass, things that can sell a lot on their market. Build up our own power and hopefully be able to get our independence and even become stronger than them. And maybe also, it's going to be a bit tough as they're a lot more powerful than us at the start, but maybe even take over Japan. So we start out with 6 states, which is not a bad start. Our GDP is 4.5 million, our literacy is 21.5%, our standard of living is impoverished, and our population is 9.28 million. Now, a big problem with Korea is their taxation capacity is not enough. So we're missing out on a lot of tax. But if we go to our society tree and we go to get central archives, it's going to take 10 years. So there's not a lot we can do about that just yet, unless we build more government administration buildings. Now, I did say we're going to focus on clothes and furniture, so we want to get lathes. That does help with our textile and furniture mills. So we have to unlock cotton gin. It's going to take 23 months. So that will be our first technology. And inside our capital, we'll build textile mills. Because if we go to this tab, we can see the amount of peasants. Now, peasants work in your subsistence farms. So they are working, but they're not really producing much. They're kind of wasted. So if we can get a lot of these peasants into textile mills, into our lead mines, our economy will be pretty decent by that point. So that's going to be the early, say, the first 30 to 40 years. And for now, yeah, we do need to keep good relations with these guys so they don't kick us out of their market until we're ready, basically. Now, for laws, we do start off as a monarchy. So maybe over time we can get out of that as well. Okay, so our textile mill is built and it's fully employed. It's making decent money. It's the 4th most productive textile mill in the world. So yeah, it is only level 1. So we're going to take a bit of a risk. We're going to upgrade it to level 5. It's going to employ a lot more people and hopefully make a lot more money for us. Now, we have also enabled craftsmanship sewing. Oh, nice. We did just discover the lathe. So now we can do that and hopefully this is even more productive. Yeah, look, it's gone up quite a lot. Now, it is only level 3 still. We are in our credit limit. So we are going to start paying interest, but we'll let these two build. And for technology, I think we want to focus, on clothes and furniture. So anything that can help them is probably a smart way. So mechanical tools, that is a good plan and a good route for us to take, I think. And I was just looking at our farms. We do have tobacco plantations. These are worth a decent amount of money. So I think, we could maybe even upgrade this, to be honest with you, a little bit. Same with cotton, and we also have silk. So they're all good industries to have. We do have whaling stations as well. Korea has some pretty good agriculture, especially silk, because we do use silk for our luxury clothes. So if silk goes really expensive, we can counteract that, which if you remember, when we did play Wales, we couldn't. So we had to import a lot of silk. Oh, and Britain is fighting the Great Qing. So they are going to win that, I would imagine. Wait, what is this? The Heavenly Kingdom? Where did these come from? Great Qing is not having a good time. They now have, the Heavenly Kingdom. They have a defensive pact with Dainam, rivalry with the Great Qing, embargo, war reparations. They're paying war reparations to them. So I wonder what happened. Never seen that before, but they could be a useful ally later if we do fight for our freedom. So maybe that's a good thing. But right now we're on 8.9 million GDP. We're just building up a lot of our industries still. We did have to build some lead because our glassworks use lead and we did have a shortage. Same thing with silk. We had to build some silk up. We're doing a lot of building. Our GDP is starting to creep up. Our standard of living dropped a little bit because we did have to increase taxes, but we can fix that easily a bit later. Right now, we're still focusing on our economy, basically. But I've never seen that before. Maybe I'm just blind, but I've never seen the Heavenly Kingdom. Okay, finally, we are able to try and abolish serfdom. So we're going to try and do that. Keep building our GDP as well. We're going to try and, reform our government over time to try and get rid of this monarchy still. well. Oh, and we have just researched universities. Now we're going to try and get some of these down. They're going to cost us money to run, but our education is not very good. And the higher our literacy rate, the faster we research new things. So of course, we're quite far behind. We're not the most developed country. So if we can research a lot of things, that's really going to help us speed things up. So that is going to be our next focus. Hopefully it goes well and doesn't completely bankrupt the country. That would be a good start. There we are. We have abolished serfdom, and that allows us to change a lot more other laws as well. So that is a good start. Now we can go away from a monarchy as well, and we can change the distribution of power. Our economic system is traditionalism. We're going to move to interventionalism. With this, we build an investment pool and we can subsidize our buildings, because with this, we do not build an investment pool. So all our construction is costing us money. So hopefully if this passes, it's going to be so much easier to build. Right now, coal is insanely profitable. We have built some steel mills. They're not very productive because coal and iron is really expensive. So we've built up our iron a little bit, but iron uses coal. So yeah, we're trying to bring down the price of coal and then also the price of tools, as yeah, tools are very expensive on the market. I'm doing this sort of routine now with our coal, steel, iron, and that is really bringing up our GDP. But as you can see, we're currently paying almost 9,000 per week to the Great Qing, which is terrible. So I'm hoping pretty soon we can get like a stable base economy to build up our military, to kind of threaten them to stop being their tributary. This is pretty big for us. We did finally unlock railways, because if you look at our capital, our infrastructure is almost maxed out. So it kind of stopped us from building anymore. So now what we can do is we can chuck down some railways. So we put 2 extra down. That's going to massively improve our infrastructure. So we can then go back to improving our furniture manufacturers, our textile mills, and all stuff like that within our capital. Okay, that took forever, but I think we did just pass interventionalism. So we'll build up a bigger investment pool and we can actually now subsidize our buildings if they do become unprofitable, which is very, very important. And we're going to go from closed borders to no migration control. We're going to now try and bring people into our country, get people to migrate here to fill our jobs and hopefully boost our economy. As you can see, we have been busy. We've built up quite a few things, especially our universities. We've built up quite a lot to try and improve our literacy rate so we can keep getting these unlocks even faster. We've been slowly upgrading our textile mills and furniture mills as well. Yeah, paper did go very expensive because universities and government buildings use them. So we have built them up a fair amount. And now this means we can probably further upgrade our government administrations, because they were very expensive to actually fund and it wasn't really giving us much more tax, so it wasn't really worth it. Oh god, revolution. I was not looking at that. They want to enact censorship. Going to affect our technology, so I don't want to do that. Oh, we're in trouble. Okay then. Let's stop that and let's enact censorship. Will that stop them? Yeah, we're going to have to do it. We have no choice. Otherwise, we're going to get overthrown. Our GDP is pretty good, though. We are 12th worldwide. We'll probably break the top 10 pretty soon. Now, for power ranking, we are 33, but because we are a subject of the Great Qing, we can't go above 29th. That is our limit. There we are. We have passed censorship, which sucks, but it's one of those things. Right, now we're going to go back and try and pass no migration controls. It's going to be tough. There will be some sort of revolution, I think, but I'm hoping this time we can manage it and it doesn't go out of control, because I would like to pass this so we can get more migration into the country. I think that would be just a positive. Nice. Okay, we did manage to pass no migration controls. And if you look, we're top 10 in the world in GDP. Now, the top 10 has changed a lot since we last looked. 9th is now Austria with 56 million. So there's a big gap between number 10 and number 9. We're probably not going to close that anytime soon. Now, I think we're pretty close to being able to soon, we're going to build an arms industries so we can start producing some weapons, and then we can build up our military. Once our military is built up, we are going to try and go for Japan. We are decreasing relations with them as well because we do have an interest there, but because of our relations, we can't actually attack them. So pretty soon we should be able to attack Japan as well. We are now struggling with engines, which is not a problem. We are building up our engine industries, so I'm not too worried about that. These will make a decent amount of money and fix all the shortages we do currently have. And then, yeah, we can start preparing for war. Now, I think the next move for us is going away from autocracy. This means the head of state's power is absolute and they are held accountable to no earthly power. So we get to choose something else. Now, I think census suffrage. This means all literate men of particular status are given a vote. I think it's more equal than all of these. So you know what? We're going to go with census suffrage. Now we are trying to improve our universities as well. We're trying now really hard to increase our literacy rate. It's very bad. Census suffrage has just passed. So now we do have elections. One good thing now, though, we are building up quite a big investment pool, and we have quite fast construction now. We have 121 max construction now, so that means, yeah, we can construct things really fast, and we do have a decent investment pool that does build up. So construction now is becoming much, much easier for me, and as you can see, that's what's really helping our GDP now catch up with all these bigger nations. We had our first election, and the Conservative Party won, so that is now our government. So we have the armed forces and the monks in the Conservative Party, and then we have these in the Liberal Party. So that is our government right now. We are still trying to pass religious schools. It's not going very well, as you can see. We do need better education, though. 30% in 1973 is not great. We have passed electrical generation as well, though. We're almost about to pass electrical capacitors. Probably a good time to start building power plants. So we're going to start them being built, and then we can start using electricity in like our textile mills, our furniture manufacturers, and a bunch of other buildings. And electricity a lot of the time means those buildings don't have to employ so many people, so they'll be even more profitable. So I think is the next good step for us. Japan, yeah, not looking too powerful. We can definitely build a bigger army than that once we do need them. I've not done it just yet, as I'm more than happy to just invest all of our money back into more buildings, giving us even more money. We have managed to get electricity up and running. We are subsidizing it right now just so they get full employment, but it's worth the hit, as now in our textile mills, we've been able to enable electric sewing machines. So that's going to produce us even more clothes. And once we do have a few more power plants down, we can enable automatic power looms. So that's 20,000 less laborers required in total. And for technology now, we are starting to run through a lot of these ones in the military tab, as we haven't touched it yet. So we're quite far behind. So a war right now would probably be terrible. We're going to unlock rifling. So yeah, we can actually use good weapons or decentish weapons. And before we do start a war with Japan, we need to unlock the landing craft, as it removes the difficult landing penalty. And if you have that, say we're trying to board Japan and we get a difficult landing, we're probably not going to be able to defeat them. So that is a very, very important unlock. So we're going to get that, keep doing electricity, then build up our military and hopefully take over Japan. So we just passed multiculturalism. So now hopefully more people will want to move here, because look, we are trying to build up our military. Problem is, they're not really employing, and I don't know why. I've never really had this issue before. But if we go to our naval base, which I probably built 3-ish years ago, nobody's working there. Nobody seems to want to join. We have built quite a few barracks, but we only have 35 battalions, which is not terrible, but it's not great. Look, if we go to any of them, they're all underemployed. So it's a problem. So hopefully multiculturalism now will bring these people in and they can kind of work for our military. That's my hope. Because look, our GDP is now skyrocketing at this point. We're 9th in the world still, but we have 77 million. And number 8 at 78 million... it's the Heavenly Kingdom. So yeah, these guys are doing insanely well. Also, our literacy is going up pretty fast as well. We're 37% now, mainly because we did unlock the education institution. So we put that to level 3, which give us a 30% boost to our education access, which is really, really big. Okay, so I found the issue, and it makes a lot of sense. So if we go to our budget, I had military wages on the lowest. So these pops were working in like the textile mills, earning good wages. So nobody was willing to go and work, say, in our naval base for terrible money, which makes a lot of sense. But that seems to be the issue. Now we can just go to like a bit higher taxes to cover this. It was on low taxation, but I mean, we need a military. So if it's going to cost raising taxes, then so be it. There we are. Look at that. It's almost doubled since I've done that. So that was the issue. So if you have the same problem, there you go. It did take a little while, but we have now fully removed the monarchy. So we are now a parliamentary republic. We're now the Democratic Republic of Korea. And you know what? I'm going to enable mass conscription. It makes your conscripts terrible, but you just get so many of them. It doesn't really matter. We're going to try and pass that. And I think once that's passed, we should be good enough. Our GDP, look, is still skyrocketing. We're now 5th in the world, which is really good. I did not expect to get this high. We might even overtake the Great Qing. Now, I don't know if there's actually a way to get our independence. Like, if we do this, they're not going to accept. So does that start a war or not? I don't know. Or do they just say, yeah, no, sorry? Like, do they have to agree to it? Because if we go to our diplomatic plays. There's no like way to become free. So I'm not too sure on that. But yeah, we kind of do need our freedom. We're paying them 52,000 a week, which is so much money we could be using for other things. But here we are. Guess that's the way the game goes. So it is now 1894. Now we still haven't gone ahead and unlocked landing crafts because it's going to take 4 years, which is a little while. And I think even if we do get like a dangerous landing thing, I still think we can beat Japan. Of course, unless a lot of people join in, and then we could be in trouble. But if you look, we're 4th worldwide. We have taken over Great Britain, and we're any moment probably going to take over the Great Qing as well. So we're pretty much almost in 3rd, which is really good. And for military, we have 197 battalions with 324 conscripts. So I'm going to start a diplomatic play and just hope we don't get destroyed. So if we win this war, we conquer 3 states and we also get Japanese war reparations. So now we just basically got to hope no one big joins their side, because if they do, we're pretty much screwed. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate our conscripts, let them raise, and we'll mobilize our generals. We have 3 generals and 3 admirals. Pretty decent sized army by now as well. Now they are fearful, so if no one big joins their side, what may happen is they may just concede and they'll just give us the primary war goal, which is not what we want, but we'll see how it goes. Ooh, okay, so Austria has joined their side. That's terrible for us. Ooh, and France is moving over there. Okay, we could be in trouble. What are they now? I think they're uncertain now. Okay, yeah, this is risky. we could lose this. I bet Austria has, they want to humiliate us. So maybe if we're quick, we can destroy Japan's war support, force them to back down, and then we can just give up to Austria. That could work. There we are. War with the Japanese shogunate has broken out. Right, let's go for it then. Let's see how this goes. We're going to start with naval invasions down south. We'll start 2 down there. And we'll try one a bit further up as well. So we've got 3 naval invasions about to happen. All we've got to hope for is Austria doesn't just attack our land. That would cause us a lot of problems. This is going to take 40 days. Okay, they've landed. Are they going to be able to win? Oh God, they're all failing. Difficult landing, insufficient naval invasion support. They all failed. Right, we're going to try naval invasion all at the same time on their northernmost county and hope it goes well. This is not looking good for us at all right now. But let's see how this one is looking then. No, we got no chance. We're not going to be able to do this. Okay, so if we can't invade, what is the plan? What do we do? What if we promote one of them a lot so we can just hold everything? And what if we retire one of them? What if we retire both? Does this work out better? Because now this is a bigger unit supporting a naval invasion. I don't know. But this guy now does have 80 ships with him. So maybe it won't be such a poorly supported invasion. There's a battle going on here. It's been going on for ages. It looks like we're going to lose. If we can win this battle, we might actually have a front. Ooh, can we? We have quite good offense. No way, please. I'm begging. This would completely change. Wait, we won. So now do we have a front? We have a front. Okay, right, we need to get everyone in there as quick as possible to start advancing this front then. That must have been the last naval invasion then. They must have been there for a while fighting. I didn't notice. This guy is invading down south in 1 day. Oh, and he's successfully done that. That worked then. So having every fleet under one admiral, it did change this. So now, if we can very quickly now just siege throughout their land, this will be great for us. We can end this war quite quick. We're taking a lot of attrition, but there's not really a lot we can do for that. We're just going to have to accept that. There's no one stopping them. So if we can just run rampage through their land, take their capital, their war support will plummet. What we're going to do is we're going to have patrol coast up here with our admiral now, just in case Austria does try and attack our land. We'll have something to try and stop them in the way. But this is great. We're going very fast through their land. So in this battle, we have way less battalions. But their war support is minus 97%. So very soon, they're just going to give up. There we are. So we got all of those. Now we are at war against Austria. So they... Oh, wait, no. They want war reparations, is it? I think we can white peace it without giving them war reparations. So let's do that. Oh, the Great Qing want to take on our debt? Wow, okay, that saved us a lot. We did propose that, so that ended them without Korean war reparations. Okay, great. So now we can see we do have these 3 counties right here. None of them are incorporated, so we're going to begin incorporating them all. Going to take a little while, 5 years on each one, I think. Yeah. So what we can do for these now is they need to get market access. So they do have ports, which is a good thing. So yeah, we just need to incorporate them. Because right now they have no market access, so they're not able to get the supplies for their buildings. So we built some ports in each one of these, and now they have 100% market access. So now all of these are going to start employing. They're actually going to be productive, which is exactly what we needed. So what we need to do now is wait for them to be finished incorporating, so then they pay us tax. Once they pay us tax, then we should make a decent chunk more money. Now, as you can see, we are now paying 125,000 gold per week to the Great Qing. So I think our next target is going to be independence. Now, to do that, we need lower relations. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to wait for these to be incorporated, build up our military a little bit more. And then if we go to diplomatic plays, independence, we'll see who we're fighting against. Now, we are trying to sway Great Britain. We need to wait for our infamy to drop down, so then people are more likely to help us. So if we can get like Britain on our side, we should be good. Problem is we will leave their market, so I don't know what that's fully going to do to our economy, but I guess there's one way to find out. We have just finished incorporating these 3 Japanese states, so they're actually paying us tax now, which is definitely a big help. We are building a lot of government buildings and railways to increase their infrastructure and their taxation capacity, so they can pay us their full taxes. And then really all we got left to do is we are improving relations with Russia, Britain, and France, because hopefully soon we're going to go for independence against the Great Qing, as we are now paying them 157,000 per week, which is just a ridiculous amount of money to be paying. It is now 1911. And as you can see, our GDP is about 300 million. We're 3rd worldwide. We've got a pretty big gap now as well between us and the Great Qing. Germany and France are in their own league, doing their own thing. Our population as well is 40 million, which is actually pretty good. And our military, we got 529 battalions and 609 conscripts. And we have been busy improving relations. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a diplomatic play for independence. Now, this could go terribly wrong. I have saved up 37 million in gold reserves. So we could have spent that and really improved our GDP a lot more. But I saved up this because, let's be honest, I imagine they're going to kick us out of their market. And once they do that, we're probably going to start losing a lot of money. But let's go for it. just hope for the best. Oh yeah, and one thing I didn't mention as well, Japan has been attacked by France and Germany. So Japan are pretty weak now. They've lost basically everything. Everyone's just moving into Japan. But what we're going to do, we're going to get these guys to patrol coast. They're already doing that. The other ones are going to raid convoys. And a lot of these now, we're not going to mobilize them just yet. We're going to activate our conscripts. We'll activate them all. So yeah, it's going to be a very expensive war. Once they're mostly activated, once we're going into the war phase, maybe we should add war reparations as well if we win. That could be a good idea. It's worrying me that Germany is sort of on their side. If they manage to sway Germany, we probably will lose this. Like, all we want is our independence, because we are paying them 285,000 gold per week, which is absolutely ridiculous. We're still in their market, though. I wasn't sure. Maybe when war does break out, they will kick us from the market. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So that is the Heavenly Kingdom from earlier. They've joined their side. That could sway things. They're now uncertain. By this time in the game, look how slow the time moves. Like, it's ridiculous. Wait, the Great Qing backs down, yielding the primary war gold to us. Wait, really? So now, we are in the Korean market. Problem is, as you can see, there's going to be shortages. We are actually 10th in the world now. Prestige-wise, we are 3rd. But because we're unrecognized, so what we can do to get recognized, we can go to like Germany and we could go force recognition. It does cause a war though. But if you win that, you become like a recognized power. Probably a bad idea. So what you really would need to do, as you can see, losing a lot of money now, is just rebuild your economy from the ground up. That's all you would really have to do at this point to fix what's going on. But I'm not going to do that now because I've been doing this for like 10 hours or something because the game goes so slow. Look. But I hope you did enjoy, and I think we did take Korea from being a pretty poor subject to, hey, one of the most powerful countries in the entire world. Technically, if I wasn't unrecognized, Korea would be 4th. We demolished the monarchy. Our GDP skyrocketed. Our literacy skyrocketed. Our population also skyrocketed. So I think overall we did pretty well. And of course, if you want to see more Victoria 3 on the channel, make sure you do subscribe. And if you have any challenges you would like me to do, please let me know in the comments. But of course, thank you all so much for watching. And I got to end the video with a massive thank you to all the channel members. We have Intermia1, Endulus, and Victor Voss Anderson. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.